Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are all doing great and your preparation is also going well. So you do not have that much time, so without wasting time, let's start the day 2 quick revision series. I hope you all have watched the yesterday's video, the day 1 quick revision series. So welcome to the channel with English with Shabnam ma'am everybody. There are questions that we will start practicing today. So let's start. But I would like to say that if you have just joined the channel, do like, share, and subscribe the channel, and also share more to more students so that everybody can learn and practice for their exam. So without delay, let's start. Okay. Here is the first question on your screen. Yesterday we have finished the 50 questions of day 1 revision 1 and 51 questions you can see on your screen. So question is, who is the author of the iconic Australian novel Was, which explores exploration and identity? You have to tell that who is the author of iconic Australian novel Was. This is the work that explores the exploration and identity. Option A, you have David Malouf. Option B, Peter Carey. Option C, Patrick White. And option D, Thomas Kennelly. Correct answer, everybody, quick. Australian novel Was. Who is the correct answer? Sorry, who is the correct author? Who could be? Correct answer, we have option C, Patrick White. You know how important this novel for his career was. Is published in 1957, is the fifth published novel by Patrick White. It is based upon the life of the 19th century and the novel uses extensive religious symbolism. And this work is also compared repeatedly to God, Christ, and the devil. You can remember this highlight point for your exam perspective. Let's move on to the next question, everyone. Ngugi Wa Thiong'o is best known for advocating. Option A, you have writing African literature in colonial languages. Option B, using African indigenous languages in literature. Option C, romanticizing colonial rule. And option D, promoting Afrofuturism. Correct answer. Wa Thiong'o, Ngugi Wa Thiong'o is best known for advocating. Which of these is going to be true? Correct answer of the question is Ngugi Wa Thiong'o is known for using African indigenous languages in literature. We can see immense use of African indigenous languages in the work. Next question you have, which of the following works is written by Chinua Achebe? Option A, you have Seasons of Migration to the North. Option B, Things Fall Apart. Option C, The Beautiful Ones are Not Yet Born. And option D, you have Petals of Blood. This work is a milestone of Chinua Achebe's career. So you all have guessed the correct answer. Yes, correct answer of the question is option B, that is Things Fall Apart. The story Things Fall Apart is set in British Nigeria, centers on the character Okonkwo, a traditional influential leader of the fictional Igbo clan Unofia who opposes colonialism and early Christianity. And also the Things Fall Apart, one question that NTA will ask you, that from which which poem the work title has been taken. So here the novel's title was taken from a verse of the Second Coming, published in 1999. That this work was by Irish poet W.B. Yeats. So Things Fall Apart formed the first part of his African trilogy with his novels No Longer at Ease. This work has trilogy. You have to remember the two other works, No Longer at Ease and Arrow of God. Things Fall Apart, No Longer at Ease, and Arrow of God. You have to remember this trilogy, okay? And also the title is taken from the verse The Second Coming. The work, the writer is W.B. Yeats. That was published in 1919. This type of question they will ask. The novel explores many themes you can remember, especially culture, masculinity, and colonialism. Next question you have. Here you can see that these Things Fall Apart is regarded as a milestone work in African literature. Next question you have, the novel A Grain of Wheat by Ngugi wa Thiong'o deals with option A you have pre-colonial mythology, option B you have the Mau Mau rebellion and Kenyan independence, option C life in Nairobi slums, and option D urban migration. The novel A Grain of Wheat by Ngugi wa Thiong'o deals with, you have to guess the correct answer. Correct answer, the key word you can recognize here, that Mau Mau rebellion and Kenyan independence. If you read this work now, you will find out the correct answer quickly. So the Mau Mau rebellion and Kenyan independence, the novel The Grain of Wheat deals with the Mau Mau and rebellion and Kenyan independence. Next question, who is the author, who is the first Australian writer to win the Nobel Prize in Literature? Option A you have Alexis Wright, option B Tim Winton, option C Patrick White, option D Henry Lawson. The first Australian writer who have won the Nobel Prize in Literature. You have to find out the correct answer. Correct answer you have option C, that is Patrick White. He won the Nobel Prize in 1973. Do remember the year, everyone. Next question you have, next question everyone, The Famished Road by Ben Okri is an example of option A socialist realism, option B modernist realism, option C magic realism, or option D post-structuralism. The Famished Road is a work, a very popular work by Ben Okri. You have to find out that this work is written by Ben Okri. On which theme this work is based? Socialist realism, modernist realism, magic realism, or post-structuralist realism? So the correct answer of this question is going to be the option C, that is magic realism. Do remember Ben Okri, magic realism. Here, The Famished Road is a novel by Nigerian author Ben Okri, the first book in a trilogy. This work is also in trilogy that continues with Songs of Enchantment. One second. Songs of Enchantment 1993 and Infinite Riches 1998, published in London in 1991 by Jonathan Cape. Do remember, they will also ask that who was the writer that published this work and in which year. So you can remember Jonathan Cape, and in which year? 1991. Trilogy work Songs of Enchantment, Infinite Riches 1998. You can remember this. Next question you have, this question is, so they always ask whether it's in matching or a single one-liner question. Wole Soyinka received the Nobel Prize for Literature in option A you have 1986, option B 1990, option C 1975, and option D you have 1999. Correct answer everyone. Nobel Prize for Literature Wole Soyinka received in which year? In which year? You have to find out the correct answer, correct year. So the correct answer, Wole Soyinka received the Nobel Prize for Literature in option A, that is 1986. Next question you have on your screen, Capricornia novel by Xavier Herbert is significant because it, option A you have depicts urban aboriginal life in Sydney, option B is saying it is considered a pioneering work about race relations in Northern Australia, option C is based on World War II experiences, and option D is saying celebrates Australian pastoral tradition. Capricornia, a novel by Xavier Herbert, is a significant because, what does it signify, this novel? Correct answer of this question is going to be the option B, that is this novel is considered a pioneering work about race relations in Northern Australia. Northern Australia. This is the correct answer. Next question you have, Bessie Head's work often explores the themes of option A science and technology, option B South African apartheid and exile, option C urban Australian life, and option D you have Caribbean folklore. Which would be the correct one? Bessie Head's work often explores themes of. Today I will definitely post the chronology questions from PYQs at 6:30, so be available. Next question, what would be the correct answer? Bessie Hatt's work often explores which type of theme mentioned in the option, everybody? Correct answer of the question is option B, that is South African apartheid and exile. Next question you have, in this quick revision series we will also practice statement and assertion and reason type of questions. Next question you have, who is the Kenyan writer known for the novel Devil on the Cross, written originally in GQ? Option A you have Grace Ogo. Option B you have Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Option C Meja Mwangi, and option D Miker Mugo. What would be the correct answer? Kenyan writer known for the novel Devil on the Cross, written originally in GQ. This is the type of language that Kenyan writers used. Correct answer, you can guess. It's easy. Devil on the Cross is written by option B, Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Next question, everybody. If you know the answer, it's a tip for you. It's if you know the answer, surety, with 100% surety, if you know the answer, take the answer and move on to the next one. Do not. Next question you have, everyone. Who is considered the pioneer of the Indian novel in English with Raj Mohan's wife? Option A you have R.K. Narayan. Option B Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Option C Mulk Raj Anand, and option D Raja Rao. Who is considered the pioneer of the Indian novel in English with Raj Mohan's wife? It's easy to guess. Correct answer of the question is option B, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. First novel, Raj Mohan's wife, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Next question, everyone. Which of the following novels is written by Raja Rao and explores metaphysical themes in an Indian village? Option A, Kanthapura. Option B, The Vendor of Sweets. Option C, The Guide, and option D, Coolie. Which of the following novels is written by Raja Rao and explores metaphysical themes and Indian language? What could be the correct answer? There are only work we can guess. Correct answer of the question is option A, Kanthapura. Kanthapura is the correct answer. Do remember. Next question you have, who among the following is associated with Dalit literature in Marathi? Option A you have Kamla Das. Option B Namdev. Option C Toru Dutt, and option D Mahadevi Verma. The writer who belongs to Dalit literature, who is associated with Dalit literature, it's easy. I have already posted the video on Dalit literature, Dalit writers. If you have not watched, go to the bio and do watch the video, everybody. Correct answer is Namdev is related with the Dalit literature. Next question you have, the poem An Introduction by Kamla Das explores option A, classical Indian aesthetics. Option B, female identity and linguistic politics. Option C, bhakti devotion, and option D you have colonial history. By solving Indian literature questions, you will definitely get 40 plus score, because 18 to 20, or you can say 21 question you will definitely find, including the Indian aesthetics, Indian literature, and Dalit literature. All these three combinedly you can face these questions. Correct answer, everybody. Kamla Das, you know na, she was known as confessional poetry compared to the one of the American poets Sylvia Plath. So she used to write on female identity and linguistic politics. So this is the correct answer. And introduction. Next question you have, Untouchable by Mulk Raj Anand primarily focuses on option A you have British colonial bureaucracy, option B Dalit oppression and caste discrimination, option C religious conversion, and option D you have industrialization. British colonial bureaucracy you have to find out that Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable primarily focuses on which of the following options? Which of the following options? Correct answer, everybody. You have read Untouchable now. So the correct option is option B, that is Dalit oppression and caste discrimination. Do remember the major character Bakha, son of Lakha, and many other characters. Next question you have, which Indian writer was awarded the Booker Prize for Midnight's Children? Option A you have Amitav Ghosh, option B Arundhati Roy, option C Salman Rushdie, and option D Kiran Desai. You must prepare yourself to solve each type of questions. Which Indian English writer? It's easy. Midnight's Children is written by Salman Rushdie. So, correct answer, the one who won the Booker Prize is Salman Rushdie. Next question you have, the novel The God of a Small Thing is set in which Indian state? Option A you have Tamil Nadu, option B West Bengal, option C Kerala, and option D Goa. The novel The God of a Small Thing is set in which Indian state? The novel is written by Arundhati Roy. You have to find that in which Indian state the novel sets. Correct answer? It's easy. Option C, Kerala. Next question, everybody. Clear Light of the Day by Anita Desai deals with option A, the partition of India and family disintegration, option B, globalization, option C, rural urban migration, and option D, folklore. Clear Light of Day, it's important. Anita Desai, from Indian writer. Correct answer of the question is option A, the partition of India and family disintegration. Family disintegration highlights this work. The Clear Light of Day by Anita Desai signifies this work, this theme. Next question you have, who translated the Tamil classic Tirukural into English and was also a spiritual nationalist? You have to find out who translated, the translator of the Tamil classic Tirukural into English and was also a spiritual nationalist. Option A you have Swami Vivekanand, option B G.U. Pope, option C Aurobindo Ghosh, and option D you have Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. The translator of the Tamil classic Tirukural. Tamil 1-2 question you will from Tamil literature you can see. Who could be? Correct answer of the question is option B, G.U. Pope. The one who translated the work Tirukural, Tamil classic Tirukural into English is option B, G.U. Pope. He is also spiritual nationalist. Next question, everybody. Which of the following is not a play by Girish Karnad? Option A, Hai Vadna, option B, Tughlaq, option Nag Mandala, option D, Dance Like a Man. You have to find out that which of the work that given in option are not written by Girish Karnad. Girish Karnad, you have to find out the correct answer, everyone. Girish Karnad, if you have a study about him, you can easily guess the correct answer. Dance Like a Man is not written by Girish Karnad, but it's a work by Mahesh Dattani. Mahesh Dattani, Dance Like a Man. Apart from this, Hai Vadna, Tughlaq, and Nag Mandala is written by Girish Karnad. Next question, everybody. Who wrote Areopagitica, a pamphlet opposing censorship? Who wrote Areopagitica, a pamphlet opposing censorship? Option A you have Francis Bacon, option B John Milton, option C Jonathan Swift, and option D Thomas Brown. You have to find out that who wrote Areopagitica, a pamphlet opposing censorship. Correct answer? Correct answer of the question is Areopagitica is written by option B John Milton. Option B, John Milton. Next question. The Great Vowel Shift primarily affected which language? The Great Vowel Shift primarily affected which language? Option A, Old English. Option B, Middle English. Option C, Latin. Or option D, French. This question is also important. You have to find out the correct answer that the great vowel shift primarily affected which of the following language? The language of Old English, the language of Middle English, the language of Latin, or the language of French? Correct answer, the great vowel shift affected primarily Middle English. Option B is the correct answer. Next question you have, the communicative approach in language teaching focuses primarily on. Quick revision series means you have to practice questions from all 10 units. So you have to prepare yourself accordingly. I hope this is visible to you. So question number 73, you have communicative approach in language teaching focuses primarily on. Option A, you have grammar rules. Option B, literary translation. Option C, real life communication. And option D, you have memorization of vocabulary. Communicative approach in language teaching majorly focuses on which of the following options is going to be the correct answer? Please subscribe also everyone. Communicative approach, the correct answer of the question is option C, real life communication. How we communicate one with others. So this is the communicative approach. The correct answer is real life communication. Next question you have. Next question, art for art's sake is a concept mainly associated with which critic or moment? Option A, you have T.S. Eliot. Option B, Matthew Arnold. Option C, Walter Pater. And option D, you have I.A. Richard. What would be the correct answer? Art for art's sake. Art for art's sake. What would be the correct answer? Correct answer everybody? Art for art's sake is. So the correct answer of the question is option C, that is Walter Pater. Concept mainly associated, this concept is from the Indian aesthetic and popularized by the writer Walter Pater. Next question everybody. In research writing, plagiarism refers to option A, rephrasing others' ideas, option B, citing a source properly, option C, using others' work without acknowledgement, and option D, summarizing an argument. Plagiarism refers to in research writing. Any of these options you have to find the correct answer. In research writing, plagiarism, it's a common word we use, we heard daily in our daily life. So the correct answer of this question is going to be the using others' work without acknowledgement. This is called plagiarism. Here is the correct answer. Using others' work without giving any knowledge of the person, that is called plagiarism. Next question everybody. In Wuthering Heights, which character serves as the main narrator apart from Nellie Dean? Option A, you have Kathy Linton. Option B, Mr. Lockwood. Option C, Hindley Earnshaw. And option D, you have Joseph. In Wuthering Heights, which character serves as the main narrator apart from Nellie Dean? You have to find apart from Nellie Dean, which character serves as the narrator, main narrator. Main narrator from the work Wuthering Heights. Who is the writer of the Wuthering Heights? Do comment. Correct answer of the question is option B, Mr. Lockwood. The main character apart from Nellie Dean is Mr. Lockwood in the work The Wuthering Heights. Next question everyone. In literary figure, Which literary figure is known for translating Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali into English? Option A, you have William Reddy. Option B, W.B. Yeats. Option C, Tagore himself. Or option D, Aurobindo Ghosh. Which literary figure is known for translating Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali into English? In one of my video, I have suggested that if you are a beginner and appearing for the first time, you must strengthen your base before appearing to any exam. The syllabus you are already provided with, so you can strengthen your base from where the concept you are going to start from. For example, we are all the students of English literature. So before going to the modern period, Elizabethan age, Victorian age, Renaissance age, neoclassical age, all the ages, we have to start from Old English, which is also known as Anglo-Saxon English. That how English became a language from a dialect, who was the major writers from Old English, what were the works written, whether it's anonymously or in acknowledgement. So you all have to prepare yourself by strengthening your base. It's for everybody. Translating Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali into English, we all know the answer. Tagore himself translated this work. Next question you have, the Hindi novel Tamas by Bhishma Sahni deals with option A, communal violence during partition, option B, religious tolerance in India, option C, caste system in rural India, and option D, you have tribal resistance to colonization. The Hindi novel Tamas by Bhishma Sahni deals with which of the following options best fit? Correct answer, everybody. Option C, communal violence during partition. Next question you have. Juthan, an autobiographical account of caste discrimination, is written by option A, you have Om Prakash Valmiki, option B, Bama, option C, Sharan Kumar Limble, and option D, Arundhati Roy. Juthan. You have to remember the major work from the Dalit literature, the major writers and key concept. There are not many key concepts, but the writers and their work that signifies Dalit literature you have to remember. Juthan is by none other than Om Prakash Valmiki, written who used to write in Hindi. Next question you have, the Tamil Dalit writer Bama is famous for which autobiographical novel? Option A, you have Karuku, option B, Agni, option C, One Mam, option D, Sangati. I would like to tell you that Dalit literature, the people who suffered the exploitation from the society, they wrote their experiences. They try to show their experience, what they have faced through their writing. So many of the work is written in the form of autobiography. So you have to memorize the work as autobiography by the particular writer. So you have to memorize male Dalit writer's autobiography and female Dalit writer's autobiography, the one who wrote first. Correct answer, Tamil Dalit writer Bama is famous for option A, Karuku. Next question, everybody. Pather Panchali by Bibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay was originally written in which language? Option A, Bengali, option B, Odia, option C, Assamese, and option D, Hindi. Pather Panchal by Bibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay was originally written in which of the following language? The name it suggests the work can be written in Bengali. It's a guess. Let's see, correct answer. Yes. Correct answer is Bengali. Next question you have. Which of the following is not a work of Mahashweta Devi? Option A, Rudali, option B, Hajar Churasi Ma, option C, Breast Stories, and option D, The Palace of Illusions. The work that is not written by Mahashweta Devi, you have to find the correct. Which one of the correct answer of the question is Option D, that is The Palace of Illusion. This is by Chitra Banerjee. Diva Karuni, not by Mahashweta Devi. Next question, everyone. Who wrote the novel Invisible Man, a foundational text in African American literature? Let me tell you, this work with the same title, there are two writers. Same title, the work is written by two different writers, so you have to remember accordingly. It's like The Portrait of Lady with the same name. There are three writers. Three different writers have wrote the work. Correct answer. Who wrote the novel? Who wrote the novel Invisible Man, a foundational text in African American literature? Option A, James Baldwin. Option B, Ralph Ellison. Option C, Richard Wright. And option D, Langston Hughes. The Invisible Man, there are two works with the same name, The Invisible Man, written by two different writers. Two different writers, you have to remember. The same title written by with two different writers, just like The Portrait of Lady, written by three different writers. One is poem, one is a essay, and one is it's a story. You have to remember. T.S. Eliot has also wrote The Portrait of Lady. So you have to prepare yourself accordingly. Correct answer of the question is Invisible Man, a foundational text in African American literature, is written by option B, Ralph Ellison. Next question, everyone. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston is best known for. Zora Neale Hurston, from which particular state she belonged? She used to write. Option A, you have its political criticism of Jim Crow laws. Option B, its portrayal of the Harlem Renaissance. Option C, its use of African American vernacular English and exploration of black womanhood. And option D, its depiction of the civil rights movement. No, Zora Neale Hurston, one of the key member of Harlem Renaissance, key writer. What would be the correct answer, everybody? This is the very popular work by her. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Its use of African American vernacular. Correct answer of the question is its use of African American vernacular English and exploration of black womanhood. Next question. Who wrote the play A Raisin in the Sun, which addresses African American struggles with housing and dreams? Option A, you have August Wilson. Option B, Lauren Hansberry. Option C, Suzanne Lori Parks. And option D, you have Alice Walker. What would be the correct answer, everyone? Who wrote the play A Raisin in the Sun? Correct answer of the question is option B, Lauren Hansberry. Next question. This is the quick revision series, everybody. Stay tuned for more quick revision series till your exam. And do like, share and subscribe the channel and be there. Keep supporting. Which of the following is a recurring theme in Toni Morrison's novel? Option A, the American West. Option B, historical romance. Option C, racial memory and identity. And option D, cyber culture. Toni Morrison's. Do you remember the work? The protagonist, you have Pecola, I think. The Bluest Eye. If you have a study about it, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. The story is too. What can I say? Correct answer, everyone. Theme that Toni Morrison uses in his novel is racial memory and identity. Next question you have, what is the central metaphor in Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Birds Sings? Each question is very important, whether it's easy for you or the difficult or moderate type of questions, but very important. At least by solving the questions you get familiar with the pattern of the question and by how they are going to twist the same question in a different manner. That is why we keep practicing, and everybody suggests us to do practice, give mock test. So that is why do not miss the series, quick revision series. Everybody do watch and prepare yourself accordingly. So tell me, what is the central metaphor in Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? Option A, you have industrial America. Option B, the Harlem Renaissance. Option C, resurrection of freedom due to racism. And option D, migration and exile. Correct answer? Correct answer of the question is option C, restriction of freedom due to racism. This is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Which African American poet wrote the Negro Speaks of Rivers and was central to the Harlem Renaissance? Option A, you have Claude Mackay. Option B, Langston Hughes. Option C, Countee Cullen. And option D, Amiri Baraka. The Negro speaks of rivers. Negro is the term used for black American people. Negro, do you remember the word nigger? Then negritude. So you all have to remember everything. Nigger, that it is a slur, it's a word used to demean, defame, dehumanize the African, the black people, used in the Huckleberry Finn. In the yesterday's quick revision series, you must have studied. And negritude concept I have shared on Telegram channel. This negritude term is the question that a question was made on PYQs December, no, yes, December and January 2025 question. You will find the question on negritude. I have also shared the concept of blue humanities, eco criticism. This type of question, now one particular concept is NTA is picking and giving in the exam. So you all have to prepare yourself. What would be the correct answer? The Negro Speaks of Rivers and was central to the Harlem Renaissance is by Langston Hughes. Along with Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes and all these writers here mentioned are from the Harlem Renaissance. Harlem Renaissance. This Harlem Renaissance, Harlem was the place nearby, near New York City in America. New York City. They in this place, all the people, black people shifted and stayed to fight for their rights. Next question you have, that's why this movement is known as Harlem Renaissance. Harlem is the name of a place in New York. Question number 89, you have August Wilson's Pittsburgh Cycle is a series of plays that option A, you have celebrate African spirituality. Option D, B, dramatize the African American experience in each decade of the 20th century. Option C, satirize racial stereotypes. And option D, reimagine African history. August Wilson's Pittsburgh Cycle is a series of plays that which of the following options best fit for the question? Correct answer, everybody. August Wilson's Pittsburgh. Correct answer of the question is dramatize the African American experience in each decade of the 20th century. Move on to the next question. In Richard Wright's Native Son, the protagonist Bigger Thomas is portrayed as option A, you have a political activist. Option B, a hopeful romantic. Option C, a product of systematic racism and poverty. And option D, a jazz musician. In Richard Wright's Native Son, the protagonist Bigger Thomas. You can, from one question, you can find many keywords, many concepts, writers, year, you can memorize. Richard Wright's work, Native Son, and the protagonist you have Bigger Thomas. You have to find how, in which way Bigger Thomas is portrayed. Correct answer of the question you have a product of systematic racism and poverty. Next question you have, which of the following authors is known for experimental narratives in African American literature, especially in The Bluest Eye and Beloved? Option A, you have Toni Morrison. Option B, Gloria Naylor. Option C, Alice Walker. And option D, Edwidge Dantick. I just told you The Bluest Eye Yes, the protagonist is Pecola. Her drunken father raped the protagonist. The story is very, I can't even describe. Bluest eye, and eventually the girl, to find to get she thought that she will look pretty when she will have a blue eye. That is why you can see the name of the title is Bluest Eye. So after the incident, she became psychologically not in a good way, but she just roam around, and she had a child also. This story is very heart touching, you must read. From the story written by the writers, we see in movie na, the story makes us cry, and powerful also. So it's easy na. So option A, Toni Morrison. Bluest Eye and Beloved, Toni Morrison, everyone. Next question you have, the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is a celebration of option A, colonial resistance, option B, black pride, resilience, and feminine strength, option C, historical migration, and option D, economic struggle. See how many of varieties of questions you are practicing. So this series will continue till your exam. So I just need your support. You have to watch the video and like. If you are watching, do like the session, everyone. Still I Rise by Maya Angelou is a celebration of which theme? You have to find out the correct answer: black pride, resilience, and feminine strength. From ancient era till now, we all have studied and still how women fought for their rights in the patriarchal society. James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time is primarily option A, a collection of short stories, option B, a play about urban life, option C, a pair of personal essays exploring race and religion, option D, a biography of Malcolm X. James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time is primarily. Which of the following options is going to be correct? Correct answer, everybody. A pair of personal essays exploring race and religion. Next question you have, what form of literature is Go Tell It on the Mountain by James Baldwin? Option A, you have an autobiography. Option B, you have a theological treatise. Option C, a semi-autobiographical novel. And option D, a series of sermons. What form of literature is Go Tell It on the Mountain by James Baldwin is? Whether it's an autobiography, theological treatise, semi-autobiographical novel, or a series of sermons. Correct answer, James Baldwin. Option A, option C, semi-autobiographical novel. This is the correct answer, everyone. This is the correct answer. Next question you have, who wrote Dutchman, a controversial one-act play exploring racial tension on a subway train? Option A, you have Lauren Hunsberry. Option B, August Wilson. Option C, Amiri Baraka. And option D, Charles Fuller. Which is going to be the correct answer? Quickly, everybody. It's 9:55. Oh, this is error. It's 95 question. Who wrote Dutchman? No, which question we are doing? Yes, this is the question. Okay, next correct answer of the question is option C, Amiri Baraka. Do remember. Next question you have, this is very important, double consciousness. You have a stream of consciousness, monologue, and now you have double consciousness. Soliloquy. The term double consciousness was introduced by option A, Richard Wright, option B, Frederick Douglass, option C, W.E.B. Du Bois, and option D, you have James Weldon Johnson. Correct answer, please. If you are watching for the first time and if you have already joined, everybody, it's a request to support the channel with your subscribe by and also press the bell icon for the latest updates and post notifications. What could be the correct answer? The double consciousness was introduced by option C, Du Bois. Next question you have, here is the answer. Double consciousness, do remember this. Everything NTA can ask you. Have you noticed that we just memorize the major writers, their work, publication, everything about the major writers, but NTA, they are very smart. They thought that yes, the student have done something like this. They are now asking the even the smallest writer their concepts they have given. So you all have to prepare yourself accordingly. I'm telling you again and again, as a teacher, I'm suggesting you, do not miss the smallest writer. Next question you have, Color Purple by Alice Walker is primarily about option A, the Harlem Renaissance, option B, civil rights protest, option C, a black woman's journey towards self-realization and healing, and option D, jazz and blue culture. The Harlem Renaissance, civil rights protest, black women's journey, and jazz and blues culture. This is related, this was the culture popular in Harlem Renaissance. The people who also fought for this culture, the black people. What could be the correct answer? Color Purple by Alice Walker is primarily about option C, that is a black woman's journey towards self-realization and healing. Today you will definitely see the MCQs, chronology and matching questions at 6:30. Whether I will post at 7, but you will definitely find. So you all have to be present. Next question you have, in African American literature, the slave narrative, very important, the slave narrative refers to option A, fictional tales of rebellion, option B, autobiographical accounts of enslaved persons, option C, biblical retellings, and option D, Western adventures stories. Correct answer. In African American literature, the slave narrative refers to which of the options is going to fit with slave narrative that refers? Correct answer, everybody. Option B, autobiographical accounts of enslaved person. Next question you have, the main theme of Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison is option A, Reconstruction era politics, option B, slavery abolition, option C, myth, identity and the African American search for roots, and option D, urban dislocation. The main theme of Song of Solomon work by Toni Morrison, you have to find the correct theme that signifies the work. Correct answer of the question, you have myth, identity and the African American search for roots. Roots, that means base. You are finding to settle at one particular place, that from where you do not have to shift, roam around in search for your home. Next question you have, which of the following is considered one of the earliest African American poets in America? Option A, you have Langston Hughes, option B, Phyllis Whitley, option C, Paul Laurence Dunbar, and option D, Nikki Giovanni. Which of the following is considered one of the earliest African American poets in America? Correct answer, everyone. Correct answer of the question is going to be the option B, Phyllis Whitley. Next question, everyone. Which novel by Ta-Nehisi Coates blends historical fiction and magical realism centered on American slavery? Option A, you have The Water Dancer, option B, Between the World and Me, option C, Americana, and option D, The Underground Railroad. Which novel by Ta-Nehisi Coates blends historical fiction and magical realism that centered on American slavery? Not only Indian people, but America, Russia, Japan, everyone was colonized. Correct answer, everybody. The water dancer. Correct answer is option A, the water dancer. Next question you have. The Harlem Renaissance was mainly centered in option A, Atlanta, option B, Chicago, option C, New Orleans, and option D, the New York City. I just told you. It's easy. Harlem Renaissance was the name of a place that was located or mainly centered in the New York City in America. Next question. Okay, this was the last question. 102 question in quick revision series. We have finished, everybody. Saying thank you so much for watching and keep practicing. Give mock test for the last moment preparation. Wish you all the best for your preparation, everybody. Do not worry. Taking stress will won't be helpful and good for you. So do not do that. So this is all for today. Be prepared for the 6:30, that is matching and chronology questions. Matching and chronology questions. This is going to be very helpful. Do not miss the video. All the PYQs first. So you have to be there. You have to mark your present. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Take care yourself and bye bye.